Adam Nelson here at Teton Toyota. I wanted to introduce you to the brand new redesigned 2015 Camry. As you can tell, it's got a bold new look on the front end, on the sides and the back. Also, the interior is completely redesigned. It's very appealing to the eye and very tech savvy. A couple of things I want to point out here, a couple of awards it's won. You've got the 2014 JD Power Pick for Most Dependable. You have IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus for 2014, and Camry is the #1 selling vehicle 12 years in a row. Next, I want to show you underneath the hood. I'm going to introduce you to my friend here, and he's going to show you a little bit more under the hood.
All right, I want to go ahead and show you underneath the hood of the 2015 Camry, where everything is really exciting. So the first thing that you're going to notice is you do have gas strut rods on either side, so it makes it to where you don't have to worry about a prop rod. Makes it very easy. It's going to keep it open for you. Now what we're looking at is the XSE, and you end up having the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder motor, which has 178 horsepower. You do have two other optional engines. Your other option is a V6, which ends up having 268 horsepower, and a hybrid system with both gas and electric motor, which gives you 200 net horsepower. The thing that I really like with all the engines, they have what's called dual variable valve timing, where your intake and exhaust will actually automatically adjust depending on how you're driving. So if you are being light on the throttle, it will back everything off so you end up getting the better gas mileage. But when you need to get on the freeway, need to pass somebody, the more aggressive with the throttle, it'll tune your timing so you get the better power. So it's kind of like having the best of both worlds. The first thing I want to point out is actually your brake controller. Now if you notice on this, it's a 4-channel independent brake controller. It can individually brake each specific wheel depending on driving conditions. You have what's called the Star Safety System, which is standard on every Toyota. What that ends up doing is giving you the maximum performance and then also safety. I'm going to start out with the anti-lock brakes. What the anti-lock brakes does in the event of a panic stop situation is still going to allow you to maneuver the vehicle while under maximum braking. It will pulsate the wheels so you're able to turn. You also have what's called vehicle stability control. So in the event that the car either gets off its intended path of travel, it will brake specific wheels to help you get back on your intended path of travel. You also end up having traction control. So if you're starting out and you have one wheel that's slipping, it'll slow that wheel down, send the power of the wheels to have traction. You also have Smart Stop technology, which in the event of both the gas and the accelerator being pressed at the same time, will actually override the gas and brake the vehicle safely. You have electronic brake force distribution, depending on how you have the vehicle loaded, whether it's just you driving, whether you have 4 people in, whether you're turning or straight, it will actually send individual braking force to each individual wheel to give you the maximum braking force. You also have what's called brake assist. In the event of a panic stop situation, when you go from the gas to the brake very rapidly, from the moment you hit the brake, it will give you 100% braking force. Now, the one thing that I really like that they did with the redesign is they ended up increasing the noise absorbing material by 30%, both on the firewall and the hood itself. All throughout this Camry, they've actually ended up being able to get 25% more noise absorbing material, so you're going to end up having a lot quieter cabin. The other thing that I really like is everything that's going to be in clear containers for you. So you have your engine overflow reservoir, you have your windshield washer reservoir, you have an O for your oil dipstick. Now on this, your oil only needs to be changed every 12 months or 10,000 miles, whichever ends up coming first. So they do a lot to keep the cost of ownership down. Even if you look at the transmission, there is no transmission dipstick. It has a completely sealed transmission. It doesn't need to be looked at until you get it to 100,000 miles. Now I'm going to go ahead and have one of my friends show you the side of the car.
Okay, looking at the side of the vehicle here, you're going to notice a couple things. The Camry in 2015 is equipped with disc brakes in the front as well as disc brakes in the rear. When we're talking about safety, something that we've talked about how important it is to Toyota, this is essentially a roll cage in here on this side. We've talked about how the front end is meant to accordion in a crash. Well, this part here is ultra high strength steel and is meant to protect you in a crash. And there are reinforcing beams in here as well.